Sala's Stefan Tablanche stepped straight off his flight back from the Rugby World Cup in Japan and onto a stationary rower to help adventure athletes Bruce Hughes and Mike Morris in a non-stop row from Durban to Robben Island, aptly entitled the Mandela Challenge, to help raise funds for a children's village outside Durban.
The idea came from literally from 2011 when we first got involved in the village and started doing some adventure sport to raise some money, mainly capital money, so that they could build some homes for these kids. So Mike and I got involved, did some desert runs and went to Everest, and with that sort of built a house and another house, and then got on to building a sports facility, as both of us come from a sporting background, and thought it would be great that the kids have the facility to play with.
I think the principle was it was based around a sustainable home that took care of orphan children. Fitted well with the purpose of our business, which is making lives easier. And we decided every year to try and do something, whether it's an extreme event to raise money. You know, our thoughts was let us suffer for X amount of time in order to give to those people less fortunate.
Stefan was brought in as an impact rower.
After a couple of weeks, we through our training realized, you know, the nights are just going to be extremely tough. And Brucey phoned Steph and they went for a coffee, and Steph just jumped on board. I mean, we actually had to hold him back. He wanted to come on board full time. And I think we had to make it hard enough for us, because when you ask people for money, you know, you've got to make sacrifices, because they're probably making sacrifices in order to give to you.
And I signed up and joined these guys, Bruce Hughes, Mike Morris. They've done amazing work here at the Ingane Yami village just outside of Durban. In Pinetown, they've built a wonderful village here because they're extreme sport athletes. When every time they do something silly and stupid, they build another home and bring in 6 or 7 more kids off the streets and to come and live in this wonderful village. So I said, without a doubt, it's a no-brainer. I'm in, I'll help.
And he jumped on board to be the impact rower, to come at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the midnight shift, and he's done an amazing job for us. I mean, the coverage, the media that's got involved, and I think it's put Ingane Yami on the map.
It's been tougher than we thought it was. It's just the monotony of doing the same thing. It's literally sit down, get off, eat, drink, stretch, get back on again. And then I think really is the sleep. So the real lack of sleep has been the challenge. But again, if you've got teams around you, and Steph Tablanche has been absolutely amazing. He's come out in the middle of the night to relieve us for an hour or two, just so we can shut our eyes for a while. But outside of that, our bodies have held up fine, and we've got there, so it's good.
Stefan had an interesting time finding a rower for training in Japan.
It was really hard in Japan. Obviously, first of all, the language barrier. I've never been there before, can't speak a word of Japanese, still can't after 4 weeks in Japan. But trying to find a Concept 2 rowing machine was quite hard. A lot of gyms around, but not one of them. So I had to Google, show them the pictures, but still no luck. Eventually, I contacted the guys from Concept 2 in South Africa, Rebel Fitness, and said, please guys, help me here. And eventually we found 1 or 2 in CrossFit gyms around the area. Again, it was difficult to tell the guys what I'm doing, what do I need, and why am I sitting on the rower for 4 hours a day. They couldn't quite understand that, but we got through, got some good training done, while the box were playing some wonderful rugby.
So here at Ingane, we have a school, we have a crash, and we have, at the moment, we have 5 operational homes, so the homes that are working with moms and kids. And each home is designed to have 6 kids and 1 mom. And because we're trying to put kids in families so that they feel they belong, they have a family, they have a mom, someone to look after them, and things like that. Obviously, we have a school with teachers. We really believe in best education and all that. So we're doing our best to raise our kids in families where they feel like they love, they're cared for, they belong.
Former Bok Wayne Fivey, returning from watching the World Cup in Japan, joined in to support the row.
Victories like that in the World Cup is often what can help as a catalyst for change, you know. I was there, fortunate enough to be there, and like all I wanted to be was back home to see this like vibe that was going on. I mean, we just saw like a power of social media. It was just to see what was going on in this country, and you know what, we've got to as a group really and get together, and I think the slogan of the box is "Together we are strong," and I think that's incredibly powerful, and that's, I think, what we've got to build on.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! We made it! Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for this guy here. Come on, come on, come on!
After 6 days and rowing non-stop for 1,460 kilometers, they finally reached their target. Once again proving that we are all indeed stronger and champions together.
If everybody can do a little bit, it actually makes a big difference. And if I look back to 2011 when Mike and I first got going, and the reasons why, it was all just the reasons of hope. And you know, we've done little bits and changed, you know, sort of 19 children's lives, and there's 5 more to come. And you know, I think if everybody just does a little bit, everyone can achieve something to help.
Congratulations, Stefan, Bruce and Mike.